Welcome to the Seller Roundtable e-commerce coaching and business strategies with Andy Arnott and Amy Wees.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Andy Arnott with
Norm Farrar
and
Amy Wees.
And this is Seller Roundtable number 26. And we are super excited to have Norman on today. If you don't know Norman, you've probably not been in the Amazon world for very long. If you go and look at any conference, he's usually the guy in the back doing the photo bomb or holding somebody over his head, or posing with a beard tie or something quite entertaining. So, Norm, I've got to interact with you a few times. I feel like it's not been enough, but it's great to have you on, and super excited today to kind of talk about your background and what you're doing now.
Oh, thanks. It's a real pleasure to be here. Just remember the last time we met up, it was share a ride over to the one event, and that was great.
That was, and I got to find out that you were a fan of Hawaii and lived there for a while, and that's always fun. And Amy shares that same background, living there for a while too. So we've all got the love for Hawaii right now.
The aloha spirit is on this podcast.
Absolutely, it is, for sure. So, Norm, let's get started with a little bit. I always like to learn a little bit of your background. More about you. Share as little or as much as you like. Just kind of maybe where you grew up, where you live now, maybe some things you did in the past, work-wise, college, school. Anything like that you'd like to share.
Yeah, sure. So. I'll give you the real Reader's Digest version, because I'm a real mutt when it comes to work. So I've been involved with a bunch of stuff. But I grew up, I was from Montreal, and then moved down to Toronto, and lived in around the New Hampshire, Boston, Seabrook area in Massachusetts for a little while. And then ended up getting into the promotional business. So this is really kind of bizarre, the way that everything's kind of come together for me. I didn't expect to be involved with e-com. I ran a promotions company. The promotions company, the purchasing agent asked me one day back in 1995, whether I wanted to, or if I could put together an e-commerce site for the dealers. And being an entrepreneur, I said yes. I didn't even know what that was. And I hired a bunch of technicians or, programmers to put it together. So it worked. And from there on in, I started into the e-com business. I've been involved with manufacturing and contract manufacturing. We've owned, and this is a family business, but manufacturing Canada, US. We own 2 factories in Taiwan, which are technically not owned by us. We've owned sourcing business with boots on the ground in China, specialty packaging companies, you name it. And even a tech hub. I had a tech incubator back early 2007 in Tampa for a while. And then one day I kind of stumbled on Amazon and just went to an event, and I overheard a whole bunch of people talking about how crazy difficult this was. I'm sitting here going, wow, this is absolutely my perfect storm. So what ended up happening is I went on to Amazon, did it for myself, but I started helping other people and manage their services. And then after that, I guess the most recent acquisition was PR Reach. So I used press releases when I do product launches. We can talk about that a bit later, but I did. It was kind of like, what was that guy back in the 70s? He liked it so much he bought the company. That's what I did with press releases. I was using them for product launches. They were working. I bought the company.
That's fantastic. That's a great story, and I love that. It's common. Like I love going to Amazon conferences, because a lot of times, it seems like at least half the time, it's a very similar story to where, a lot of the Amazon sellers are just perpetual entrepreneurs, and they're the ones who saw what was next and kind of moved into the space. And I think it's kind of, coming to the point where, it's fairly well known that there's great opportunity on Amazon, but it's still, when you look at it overall, it's still fairly new. And I think that there's still so much opportunity there. But you definitely see, people getting into it that have kind of the entrepreneurial technology all kinds of different backgrounds coming in to get together with something that, like you said, is kind of a perfect storm on abilities, which is fun.
Yeah. Now, don't you notice, like when you go there, you'll have all these people, and you're just talking amongst each other, and you'll have the absolute entrepreneur, serial entrepreneurs that going to do that they're action oriented, and then you have the people that are just there. It's the next big thing. It's the gold rush, but they're not action oriented. And okay, I'm going to buy $11,000 worth of tools, expecting that they're going to be, they're going to make it. And they just plummet because they don't put anything into action.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think the other thing is it's a catch-22 with, people learning about other people making money on Amazon. They think that it's very much like the Lambo dream, where you just you can just start and put in a little bit of time and an effort and be successful. And what people don't realize is, most of the people who are being really successful on Amazon are doing it full time. They're working at it. They're every day. They're watching videos. They're listening to podcasts. They're looking at training for marketing or management, or learning how to manage VAs, or all these different skills that come along with being an Amazon seller, and having that skill set, and even just basic business knowledge. And then thinking that they're just going to jump in, make some money, and jump out, and it doesn't work that way.
You really do have to put in the time. Even with all of our staff, we make it mandatory that they train at least 1 hour a day, so they get 5 hours free training. I'll buy whatever course it is, and just to expand their knowledge.
That's a fantastic idea, and we actually just started doing that as well. We just bought, just kind of like a course where it was just like a basic, one of those things where I don't want to spend the time to write the super basic stuff. So yeah, we just did that for our VAs, and we're letting them, learn that way. And then we're also doing, training for some of the people who kind of know about Amazon, have gotten interest in it, or just started but are not being successful, and just trying to show them the basics.
Right.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for live Q&A and bonus content after the recording at SellerRoundtable.com. Sponsored by the ultimate software tool for Amazon sales and growth, SellerSEO.com and AmazingAtHome.com.